I have boxcar scars, rolling scars, the kind of scars that catch light the wrong way. I've done RF microneedling, laser, subcision, and at-home microneedling has been a part of my maintenance routine for a couple of years now. One thing I haven't done, as someone who characterizes surface morphology for a living, was look at these microneedle tips under a microscope. I work with electron microscopes. That's my actual job. And one of the things that come with that is you stop looking at things the way most people look at things. I pick something up and all of a sudden I'm thinking about what this might look like under an electron microscope, under high magnification. Ever since I was a kid, I was fascinated by the little small world we call the microscope world. And years later, I graduated college and became a professional microscopist. I've worked at places like medical schools, Apple, Meta, and semiconductor plants. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what you're putting into your skin, what it looks like. I have seen botched people, I've seen botched skin issues. The texture is all bad, you get hyperpigmentation. I mean, people can really mess up your skin. You can get tram track scarring. Tram track scarring is a real documented issue and it comes from Dermarollers. So I was sitting there one night with my Dermaroller and I couldn't stop thinking about what this looks like under a microscope. I'm not talking about pictures from the brand or a diagram. I'm talking about what the actual needles look like under a microscope. I've done a lot of stuff for my acne scars and I've actually made a huge difference in my acne scars. And you know what? My confidence has totally changed since I started doing this. So I've been doing this for all these years and I never really thought about what these things look like under a microscope. Like what the quality looks like, how sharp these things are. Once I had that thought, I couldn't let it go. Two devices, both 1mm depth, and both marketed for acne scar treatment. Device 1 is a standard Dermaroller with about 200 needles on a barrel. Device 2 is the Banisher 3.0, which is a stamp style device. I'll come back to talk about the material of Banish's microneedles. So I used light microscopy to image both of these, and I also took a picture of the Dermaroller with an electron microscope. Now we're not doing a study, we're just doing an observation. I'm doing what I do, looking at things carefully under a microscope. So first, I'll show you guys what the Dermaroller looks like. First thing I want you to think about is the fact that these microneedles do not go in perpendicular to the skin. That means they don't go in straight down. These go in at an angle and actually come out another angle, leaving a whole V-shaped injury in your skin. So basically, as this arcs into the skin and back, the barrel rotates and travels through the tissue. It arcs back to the other side. And this is not a flaw. This is just how this thing works naturally. That means that the wound channel is not a clean puncture. It does not go in pretty, guys. You do not want this going into your skin, I'm telling you. Look at these photos. Look at these photos that I got from an electron microscope. The texture and surface smoothness is so rough that there's room for bacteria, like random debris, dirt, oil, all sorts of things that you do not want penetrated through your skin. Right? I mean, we already have enough issues with the environment, with chemical exposure, environmental exposure, on top of UV issues with the sun just baking our skin in collagen. And I'm really happy that as a microscopist, I can show you guys exactly what you're putting in your skin. I mean, when I saw these for the first time under the microscope, I was disturbed, very disturbed, because not only are these tips like super rough, not smooth at all, and they rip and tear through the skin, and they are just so ugly. The tips aren't even sharp. They have a blunt end, and the shape is not really conical. It's not really elongated like the Banisher's needles. Banisher's needles are super smooth. They're beautiful. Take a look at some of these images I got of the Banisher microneedles. These microneedles are engineered professionally. They're made with strong titanium and they're coated with gold. Gold is also very smooth. It deposits onto metals and deposition processes very smoothly. These needles are honestly some of the best I've seen in the industry, and just comparing it to derma rolling right off the bat, it is an absolute no-brainer that this is a superior device, something with titanium versus something with stainless steel. And stainless steel has nickel in it, which a lot of times can be an allergen and can cause inflammation or, allergic reaction issues with the skin. It's not as clean. It's not as clean and safe as a derma stamping microneedling device with titanium metal and gold-plated needles. That's how we get the tissue to kind of plump out, and your scars will eventually start to fill in. So look at some of my before and afters of what my scars looked like before I started treatments and before I started maintaining my skin at home with at-home microneedling. Let's go higher magnification. This is where it gets interesting from a material standpoint. Look at the surface finish on the needle. There's visible roughness. It's a more blunter, rougher tip, which means there's more force required to enter that outer layer of your skin, the stratum corneum. More force means more of your tissue is just getting tore up and moved around. And it's not the same thing as a clean puncture. You're not going to get the same results as you would with a clean, precise puncture. Your whole acne scar treatment with microneedles depends on what that wound channel looks like. How deep it went, how clean it went in. The surface finish on these is beautiful. It's cleaner, there's a lot less irregularities. Titanium is also more resistant to corrosion. With less corrosion risk, that means your device stays sharper, stronger, cleaner, longer. There's also an antimicrobial angle. There's peer-reviewed work that shows that gold-plated material has stronger bacterial growth inhibition qualities than other metals. So the Banisher heads, these guys are designed to be replaced after 8 treatments or so. All right, so here's where I'm at. Both of these devices are marketed to treat acne scars. Both trigger wound healing cascades that help promote collagen. Okay, so that mechanism is well established and well understood, but under a microscope, these are 2 completely different devices. 2 different profiles, 2 different surface finishes. Now when someone asks me what they should use, I tell them just look at what you're putting into your skin. Look at the actual tip. If this information was helpful, like this video, or if you've used a microneedling device before, share your story in the comments below.